Alright guys, today I'm starting off with a recap of last video based on a comment from a viewer, so I'll make this quick. You'll see the winners of our last video on the left, and then we had the Memphis Grizzlies who did not win. I did do a quick review of the box score to see why, and their stats pretty much were pretty even with the Pelicans. However, it did come down to one thing, and that was the third quarter. In the third quarter, the Pelicans hit 5 3-pointers and locked down the Grizzlies on defense. Grizzlies ended up scoring the second lowest third quarter points of the season by only scoring 15 points. All right, first game up, we have Atlanta on the road in Indiana. The Hawks come into this one playing pretty good basketball. They've won actually 4 of their last 5 games, and they've also handled this matchup pretty well, going 4-1 in their last 5 games against the Pacers. Pacers, on the other hand, have been struggling to find consistency. The Pacers are 6-14 in their last 20 games. And they've also had trouble against the Southeast Division teams, where they're going 2-5 in their last 7. We looked at the numbers, and Atlanta holds a 53.8 chance of winning the game. So it's not a blowout spot, but the edge does lean towards the Hawks. We have a projected score of Hawks 118 and Pacers 114. So it looks like we're expecting a competitive game, but Atlanta feels like the slightly more reliable team in this situation. All right, next up, we have New Orleans heading into Philadelphia. And this one is another tough spot for the Pelicans as well. New Orleans has struggled most of the season. They're 5-15 in their last 20 games, and they haven't had much success going to Philadelphia either. They're 2-6 in their last 8 road games against the 76ers. Philadelphia, on the other hand, has been strong at home in this matchup. Sixers are 6-2 in their last 8 games against New Orleans. And when these two teams play, points usually aren't an issue. Philadelphia has gone over in 5 of the last 7 games against the Pelicans. With all this, we have a big edge on the home team. The 76ers have a 78.7% chance to win this one. And we have the projected score a little lopsided, with the 76ers 124, the Pelicans 108. So this one feels like a game where the 76ers pull away early and never looks back. Next up, Minnesota heading to Memphis. And this one sets up really well for the Timberwolves. Minnesota has been playing solid basketball lately, especially in these spots. They've gone over in 6 of their last 8 road games, and they have been strong against the Southwest Division, where they're actually going 8-3 in their last 11 games. Now, Memphis, on the opposite end, the Grizzlies have lost 5 straight games, and they've really struggled against the Western Conference, going only 1-7 in their last 8. When these two teams meet, though, points usually show up pretty well. Memphis has gone over in 5 of their last 7 games when facing the Timberwolves. With all this, it pretty much lines up with the Timberwolves having a pretty strong edge here. Minnesota's coming in with a 73.1% chance to win the game. And we have a projected score tonight of Timberwolves 121, Grizzlies 112. This one easily feels like Minnesota controls the game, especially in the second half. All right, my Chicago Bulls are heading down to Miami, unfortunately. And this one really feels like a tempo game. Chicago has been playing a lot of lower scoring games lately. They've gone under 4 of their last 5 games. and under 6 of their last 7 games on the road. So the Bulls have clearly been slowing things down when they're away from home. Miami comes into this one in decent form, though. The Heat are 4-2 in their last 6 games, and they've also played well against the Central Division teams, going 5-2 in their last 7. So when you put all this together, no surprise, based on recent trends, Miami holds a 63.1% chance of winning this game, which makes sense given the current matchup and the home court edge. We have the Heat coming in with a projected score of 118 and the Bulls getting 112. So I'm expecting Miami to control the pace and pull away late in the game. All right, guys, last game of the day, we have Dallas heading to Houston. So an in-state matchup. This one lines up pretty well for the Rockets, though. Dallas has had trouble in this building in Houston. The Mavericks are 1-4 in their last 5 road games against Houston, and they've been inconsistent away from home overall anyways. Houston has been playing some really good basketball lately. The Rockets are 6-2 in their last 8 games, and they've pretty much been winning with a little bit of defense. Houston has gone under in 8 of their last 9 games and under in 5 straight home games, which tells you exactly how they want to control these games. All these lines add up to a massive edge for this home team, right? The Rockets come in with a 81.8 chance to win. We have a projected score of how this one's going to play out with the Rockets 119 and the Mavericks 108. So this feels like a game easily Houston controls from start to finish.